Hi sexies! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Renata Pop, and tonight I wanted to introduce you to another segment of the channel called Renata Pop's Horror Stories, a safe place for anomalies and unexplained events. So come with me, let's request for the true light of the unknown so we can be guided through the intersection of life and death, hell and heaven, male and female, beast and human. Okay, so this first story is from my aunt Ermelinda, but we call her Erme. She says that one time she was washing the dishes, but she has like a special spot outside of her house, just like in the patio or like the backyard, where she has like a spot with water and stuff to wash the dishes the old way. So she was minding her own business, like washing the dishes, and then like she started to hear like a cat calling, like psst, 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 psst. But like she had lived a lot of things like with another entities and such things, that she was so scared of looking to the back of her that she would just like ignore him or that sound. But this sound kept going, so she had like the need to look behind her, and what she found was like this like very skinny, kind of indigenous looking guy with like very brown skin, and she says that he looked like kind of a wizard that lives in the mountains of Mexico. But the thing is that her house is like surrounded by very big walls. She was like so scared of this person because he didn't have arms, and he was like hiding behind a wall and doing like this, like she freaked out so bad because she didn't know if this person was a thief or just another spectrum she's used to. So she like ran into her house and locked everything up, and then called like this neighbor she has, and she told her what was happening. Like, dude, I just saw a guy without arms that was in my house. Like, what the hell? And this neighbor told her that another neighbor saw another guy, like also like very skinny with very brown skin, and like he looked like kind of like indigenous clothing. But the thing is that this guy didn't have a head, and it was so weird, and my aunt just kept going with her life because it's just another thing that she had to live with. I think it's just like a kind of spell of these witches that want to f up with your perception. So, but it changes between people. So my aunt didn't saw this guy without arms, and this other neighbor saw this guy without a head. It's like something we call in pop culture glamour magic, like this magic that witches use to become like pretty females, like just like in the Little Mermaid, the sea witch becomes into a beautiful woman just to take advantage of the situation. So I think probably it was that. I want to invite you to send me your horror stories to my email hirenatapop@gmail.com, and I will be making this segment probably once a month. So you're always on time for sending me your horror stories. The next story is from my aunt Lupe. She's also like kind of a virgin because she never had like a long-term like boyfriend, or she's not married, and she doesn't go out like at all from her house, so I see her as a virgin. And she says that when she was sleeping, she would feel like a presence going into her bed and she could feel like the bed going like this, going down, and she could feel like somebody laying down next to her, and like this presence started to touching her in an inappropriate way, you know, like it would be illegal if a human being would be doing that to you, but she couldn't see anything. And she was also like into this sleep paralysis, and she said that she felt like so her boundaries weren't enough for this being, like this being wanted to break through of her boundaries, you know, like to break her will. And she's like very close to some witches like in her area, so she was like talking to them, and they told her that this being was the astral projection of this like weird guy that it's the neighbor of my aunt's, like one of the neighbors, and that supposedly this guy is into black magic, and he offered his left leg to the devil to have magical powers. So now he can astral project to harm my aunt, you know. And she says that one time she was like cleaning her house, and suddenly she started to feel like somebody like bending her over like this, and she started to feel how this entity started to penetrate her. And you know, this is like very hardcore. And yeah, like she was raped by this entity, by this astral projection of this black magician. And the thing is that it's not the first time that I hear this, because there's a YouTuber called Esti Quesada, also known as Soy Una Pringada, and she told a story very similar, that she says that she was laying down in her bed, and she could feel like how like someone started to lift her legs and spread them open, and she like experienced the same thing that my aunt experienced. She even said that she could feel like this cold like extremity going inside of her, and she could feel like this extremity like so cold, like if it was like from a dead person. And yeah, it's fucked up. So my aunt says that she started to going to church and sleeping with my grandmother in the same bed, and that stuff started like to stop, but she will never forget about it. I just wanted to introduce the new segment of the channel. Please send me all your horror stories to my email hirenatapop@gmail.com. I will be making this segment probably once a month. So if you are already until this part of the video, I just want you to know that I really love you, and thank you so much for being until this part of the video. And I also want to thank you for almost 1,000 views of the video last week. I'm very excited, and I won't stop making videos for you guys. And yeah, I'll see you in another video. Bye.